So are we ready to shift into turbo? Maybe let's rock it a little bit. Okay. We're waiting for a few more people. You know, we've got our Divatoxes, our Theodore J. Jarvis Johnsons, our mysterious Phantom Rangers, but we're gonna wait a few more minutes to get our amazing cast out. I know we all want some Androses out here. Some not Carlos's. I know we want our Tracy Lynn Cruz is here. She's been gone for a while. I know we're all excited about that. So we're gonna give them a few minutes to come up, and then you guys will be able to ask them the most amazing questions you've been wanting to ask your childhood heroes for so long. That's all I got for y'all. Happy Power Morphicon.
In the meantime, a public service announcement for Power Morphicon. If your cell phone goes beep boop beep boop beep boop, consider changing it for this weekend only because everyone else has the same ringtone.
Yeah, last thing we all want to hear, guys, is that sound where it just goes. Oh. Sorry about that. It slipped. Yep. We're just waiting for Melody and Chris. And Tracy. You want to start without him? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, while we're waiting for our Chasing the Space crew to come in, let's begin this panel by introducing our amazing cast members. The woman who was there when it started it all, she was there for the amazing Power Rangers Turbo movie. She was the reason how come that Zeo powers were no longer meant to be. She defeated the Turbo Rangers. Ladies and gentlemen, Hilary, Shepard, Divatox!
Woo! Viva la diva!
And of course, the man who replaced Tommy himself, the man who made blue a better color than red for once upon a time. The man who, when he came back in his amazing new Corvetted version of the Lightning Cruiser. You know him as Theodore J. Jarvis Johnson, but he just prefers TJ! And while he may look a little different than what you're all used to, usually because you couldn't see him in the show unless he was in all black leather, we have the actor for the mysterious Phantom Ranger! And my four senses are tingling because I can't help but feel that we're missing someone important. Somebody who we could not have space without. Somebody who didn't know what milkshakes were. Somebody who didn't have garages on KO35. My very good friend, Christopher Khayman Lee, a.k.a. Andros! And guys, remember, we're all here to have fun today. We're all here to ask these amazing people. They're amazing. Is that the Quasar Saber? Yeah. The Quasar Saber? Yeah, it is. Oh, I'm sorry, the Spiral Saber. He loves his Spiral Saber, guys. All right, so without any further ado, guys, we're going to have our lineups of questions. Let's try to keep the questions appropriate. And the cast members are people. If you see my lovely assistant, Mr. Peter, over there, Peter over there, he will go ahead, screen your questions real quick, and then you can ask these guys anything you want about the show, their characters, their favorite Zord. I'm pretty sure Chris loves it when you ask him what his favorite Zord is. And then, you know, guys, go on in and let's start the show.
Hi, I'm Cassandra. I'm from Boston. This question is for Christopher, actually. I was wondering, of course, in Forever Red, when all the Rangers were trying to top each other, and of course TJ had to talk about that time he was baked in a giant pizza.
Yep. Yay, pizza.
So Andros kind of brags about killing Zordon, and I was wondering if that was scripted or if that was like something you guys were like dropping in there.
Nope, that was scripted. In fact, I sell the script at my booth, and you can read it. It says it right there. Hey, I'm the one that destroyed Zordon. And they said, yeah, that's really great. And then later on, they got in touch with me, and they said, you know, that's kind of dark. You should probably change it.
All right, well, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Before we continue on any further, it has just come to my attention that another ranger has entered the building. She's someone who hasn't been with us for a very long time, ladies and gentlemen. She made yellow look so good she had to wear it for 2 seasons in a row. You all know her. You all love her. Tracy Lynn Cruz, a.k.a. Ashley. Look at her. She's just happy to be here, guys.
I'm your biggest fan.
Let's just let them sink in the moment for a second. Be respectful. How are you?
She smells good, too.
She smells fantastic, yes.
All right. What's your question, Yo?
Hi. By the way, Love in Space, Hilary, awesome and Turbo, by the way.
Thank you, thank you.
Was there any funny moments when filming the In Space finale while you guys were doing it? Any funny moments? Anything funny? Like,
I'm sorry, who was that question for?
Anybody, all of us, pretty much. Any
Oh.
funny moments behind the scenes or whatever?
like
during,
any?
the finale?
You mean in that specific episode, or?
No, just for Countdown to Destruction. Like anything funny? Like you guys messed up a line or?
Oh my gosh, that happens all the
Funny.
time.
That was like
Yeah.
daily.
Yeah, that was like.
Roger's
if
not
we
here, we
got
can talk
even
about
one
him.
line right.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I mean, that happens all the time. You see the bloopers, you know, the outtakes there.
I never messed up, however. I just found out later that Melody, I think it was her first acting job, and she was really scared of me,
Oh, okay.
which I'm glad, because, you know. No, and later we became really good friends, but at the time she was like just terrified.
Oh, okay. All right. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you.
Darn those bloopers. They always showed everything that we did wrong.
Hi, I'm Gaz. I was curious for In Space. After Turbo, TJ sort of stepped down as leader, but when I watch it, I feel like he was still the de facto leader and kind of handled the team, even though Andros knew the space stuff. And I'm wondering if that was just my perception, or if behind the scenes in the writing and the acting, were you guys thinking of TJ as the leader, or was that just me?
Are you really trying to pick a fight between Selwyn and I? Because that's just messed up, dude.
No disrespect to you or the character Andros. Like, clearly he knew the space stuff, but I really felt like TJ was the one doing the human stuff.
You know, I want to say when we did do that, they did mention that it might go that direction because Andros was going to be so focused on finding his sister that it would kind of end up that way. And of course, since us four came over together and he's more the newer guy, that's, you know, just from the relationship, you know, it automatically, I think, just kind of rolled out like that. So I think you're on the right page.
Thank you.
Fair enough, yeah.
Every time I come to a Morphicon, everyone laughs at me. Hi, I'm Amanda. I'm from Rhode Island. And this question's for Chris and Tracy. I wanted to know, like, I think some people want to know, what you guys think of the Andros-Ashley relationship in the in-space storyline?
Calm down, damn.
Sorry.
Well, what did you think?
What did I think?
Was it as good for you as it was for me?
Yep. I thought, I don't know, it was a very sweet relationship. The characters were very different from each other, so opposites attract, right? So that works, right? Yeah?
Yeah.
What do you think?
No, I think that the way that the storyline developed, I think it was very sweet. However, I think that they had put Ashley, in my opinion, I think they put her out to be a little easy, for a lack of a better word. Just because of, you know, she's had this little thing with you know, Roger's character and Justin's character a little bit, and then
Seriously?
yeah.
Damn. Just moving on and all
yeah,
that? Wow.
you know.
All right.
But,
I didn't even know that.
And then our character kind of stuck. You know,
Yeah.
you were the lucky one, so.
I'll take it.
But I liked how it developed, so it worked. Yeah.
As a kid, I just thought you were friendly. Just really, really friendly.
He wasn't a very
Very
smart
friendly.
child.
Thank you, and again, sorry.
Am I blushing?
Oh, wow, how did I miss that? Boom. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who needs no introduction for his very first Power Morphicon. He is Andros' best friend. He is the legendary Silver Ranger.
Let's rock
Zhane,
it!
Justin Nimmo.
Thank you.
Woo!
My question is for Selwyn.
Yes, sir.
From one Black Red Ranger to another, what was your first impression realizing that you were the first Black Red Ranger?
You mean when I first got the word that I got the job? Or?
Yeah.
It was amazing. You know, it was surreal. You know, those moments, it's hard to explain how you feel, but you know it's a major change in your life, you know. I want to say I screamed at the top of my lungs, and they probably heard me all throughout my apartment complex. So, you know, I think it's just one of those surreal moments, you know, that you just, you kind of dream of. You know, it was always something I thought I could do, but never thought I'd do it. So it's quite amazing, actually.
All right, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, how's it going? This is for pretty much anybody that wants to answer. I know for the Turbo / In Space team, there were a lot of team-ups and crossovers, so what was everybody's favorite crossover, whether it was with the Ninja Turtles or other Rangers or anything like that?
I loved seeing Rita in the flesh and teaming up with her, and that was really fun. I think we should have our own spin-off. Like, you know, the Real Housewives of Space, you know. We're kind of, you know, divorced a couple of times, a little plastic surgery. I think it'd be great.
I enjoyed the Turtles. You know, it seemed like when we were with them, they were just kind of goofy, you know, the characters, so it was fun. We had a lot of fun with them. And I want to say I also enjoyed working with Bulk and Skull. We didn't get to work with them a lot, but I did a couple episodes. A lot of fun.
For me, it's a little different. I actually crossed over from Masked Rider. I did an acting role on Masked Rider as a guest star, and then ended up being the voice of the Phantom Ranger. So it's a little different for me. So it was fun.
Probably it's a tie between when we did everything with the Lost Galaxy guys, that team up, and then also Forever Red, which, you know, Selwyn and I were there for that. So yeah, I thought that was a really cool one. It was really cool. So.
I'd like to say when I worked with Melody and I got to be evil and do Astronema, I got to get inside her head when I did that episode. That was fun to play evil. I mean, since when does a Power Ranger actually get to play evil? So I liked crossing over and getting to do that.
Awesome.
Ooh, here comes trouble.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the legendary Astronema, aka Karone, Melody Perkins.
Can you repeat the question?
So, since everybody was in some kind of crossover team-up, what was everybody's favorite crossover team-up episode or incident throughout multiple seasons?
That was a setup so that Melody would know what the question was. Anyways.
Like does Shell Shocked count?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, with the turtles, that was my favorite.
Well, I was left off about getting in somebody's head, so I guess it would be getting inside of the Psycho Ranger's head since, you know, it got like multiple personalities going on. You can just call me bipolar, it's fine. So, Psycho Rangers, final answer.
Awesome, thank you very much.
Space Rangers, I was curious. Do you still keep in touch with the Ninja Turtles?
What? I feel like there's one that kind of floats around.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Starts with an R.
Yeah.
Raphael.
Somewhere in here. Yeah. No. Ibarra's got the Ninja Turtle van. I mean, yeah, we could go see them anytime we want. They're in the convention hall with us, so yeah, we can see them whenever we want. They're right in there. Yeah. I don't know what else.
Next question.
Oh my God, there's a line.
There is still a line. Ha. I was gonna ask from each of you, what was your favorite episode to film, or what was your favorite moment for everybody? Just going around.
Okay, I'll start on this end. The last episode was pretty awesome for me, for two reasons. I got to pretend like the red guy and lead the crew. And my dad was there whenever I shot that last scene, so that was pretty touching.
Yeah. That's really nice.
Yeah, I can't beat that one.
You can top that. It's easy.
Favorite, you know what? I liked what was the name of the episode? I think it was when we worked in LA on top of in downtown, and we revealed that we were the Rangers.
The last
What
two.
was that?
Oh, that was one of the last episodes. right?
Countdown
to Destruction. Yeah,
Yeah.
Same one. Yeah, that was
Oh
the.
my God,
Yeah,
I
that was.
love
The,
it. Yeah, that was rad. I love that.
Yeah.
The whole thing was awesome. Yeah, just working outside of the studio.
Yeah.
And yeah, that was my favorite. Yeah.
My favorite was pretty much every time that we copied Star Wars. So that was like every episode that it was. Yeah. I had the Force. That's really cool. So there you go. That's it. That's all I need.
But, doing the voice of the Phantom Ranger, I think just the first time I did it in Turbo, that was back in 1997. So it was really cool to just be part of the gang. I didn't get to hang out with the cool kids. I was just stuck in a room with a microphone. But that was my favorite. Was pretty much my first time.
Yeah, right when you mentioned that, I've got the question before, but Wheels of Fate, I really enjoyed doing because it was I think it was one of my first, it was just so new still and kind of raw. Like if you look at Turbo and the way it was shot, it's kind of gritty. To me, it's kind of old school, because I went to Turbo, everything got clean and a little bit more crisp. So I just kind of like the rawness of Turbo, and I like Wheels of Fate. And then the other thing that stands out is one of the first scenes I shot, which is with Cassie or Patricia Jolie when we were on the bus and we just met each other. So just kind of right when we finished that scene, the whole crew started clapping because it was like our first scene. So that really stands out too.
I actually loved shooting the movie the best because it was huge sets and costumes. It was kind of really big budget, so that was really fun. But on the TV show, I think when I don't know which episode it was, but I actually got to go out of my submarine. And I was on a giant throne, and I had tons of extras that had my flags waving and were screaming "Viva la Diva," and it was fabulous. And then I went home, and my kids ignored me.
Had to take my gum out of my mouth. I feel like the first episode, because I got to work with Rita and Divatox, and I was so nervous. I was like, they're so good. It's so funny. And I also loved Countdown to Destruction. I loved the scene with Andros in Dark Fortress. It was really dramatic, and I got to do like the death scene, sort of. That was kind of exciting. Yeah.
Hey guys. So this is for the Turbo cast, both heroes and villains. The Turbo finale was, obviously a huge cliffhanger, possibly the biggest, Power Rangers did, at least between seasons. And I know for me, as a kid, I had massive, cliffhanger, waiting for what happens next. for you guys during the break between seasons, what were your expectations of what it was going to be like, where your characters were going next, and how were those expectations met?
I honestly do not remember the cliffhanger. I know I turned good, and I floated off in a white dress, and I figured my character would be good for like 2 seconds and then be evil again because it's so boring being good. So that's all I really remember from the cliffhanger. Was anyone else in that?
Well, I would say, we all knew kind of what was going to happen in a way. So we were wondering what the new guy was going to be like. And we also saw the set that they were creating for space, but we were really excited about where we thought they were going to go with the set. And actually, they did exactly what we thought. They actually had an arc to the show, which was kind of cool.
For me, I didn't get the script. I was screwed. I didn't get the script until like the day before they needed my voice. So I didn't know what was going on until literally the day before. So I'm useless in this question.
I was just hoping I had a job.
There you go.
Best answer yet.
Working in this field, you just never know. So I think we all just had our fingers crossed and weren't really sure. So.
Next question.
Hello, guys. As you know, your characters are waiting for you, or for you, your lines are written for you. I just want to know if you had some input to putting in your own spin into these characters. How would you change some things instead of just going with the writers what it wants? If you could just if you put input on your characters.
Well, just for me, I actually did improvise most of my character, and they really let me create her, especially in the movie. I got to talk to the prop people and say, I want her to be vain, I need lipstick, So they actually helped me create the character, and a lot of my lines I improvised. I made up a lot of stuff, including Viva la Diva and lots of things you see. They just let me go crazy, which was so awesome. Just whatever flew out of my mouth. So that was really fun. Anybody else?
Anybody? What would you do to change your character if you could change anything?
Hi, friend.
Good to see you again.
You too. Thanks for coming out. I would change my character by not showing so much skin.
I would disagree.
I didn't. Oh, okay. Well, that's just me. When I look back at it, I look and I say, wow, they really put me in some short skirts and some short shirts, and so that's how I would have changed it, but anyhow. But I enjoyed everything else otherwise, yeah.
I would have showed more skin.
Yeah. Do it! Do it!
That's my answer. No, I would have added probably a little bit more of like my quirkiness, because I guess I'm more of a funny guy than just all serious. But, I got a little bit of that wrote in. I think I could add a little bit more. That's it.
Thank you very much.
There we go.
Hi.
Hi.
What was the funniest fun scene you guys ever did? You think you ever did?
The funniest scene that we ever did?
No, it's the funniest fun scene.
And was really funny.
Funniest fun scene. I know. At least for me. I'm sure everybody has their own, their own feelings about it. But this lovely peach here, she says, hey guys, I know, we'll call him Seymour because he wants to see more of the galaxy. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, those were like 15-hour days when you become delirious.
Yeah.
And you just,
No.
Yeah.
She didn't write the line. It's just the line itself was just very silly, and Tracy obviously had a very upbeat, perky personality and all that, and just hearing it coming out of her mouth, I was just like, stop the pain, no.
Yeah, Selwyn had some of those lines too.
What was the one? Well, I can't
Yeah,
remember.
it was.
How would you like us to toss your salad? I can't remember.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember. Nobody remembers that. But I would say anytime working with Bulk and Skull, like I said before, they're just such improv geniuses in a way that
They
they're a lot
didn't
of
need
fun
to
work
have
with.
lines written for them.
Right.
They were. They
That's
were so
awesome.
good.
I really like Date with Danger because I had to sit and eat that turkey. So that was really funny, ripping off pieces of it was just a food thing. I don't know. It was hilarious. That was my favorite.
I think some of the funniest stuff might be heartbreaking to you guys because you guys probably didn't see it. Is what the producers and the editors did when they would take the voices. You guys remember? All the little they used to take stuff and put together scenes and just really rip funny stuff. Totally, some was X-rated, some was goofy, some was silly, and they would just put our voices and cut everybody's words to come up with different storylines for little scenes. That would be a hoot to be able to show people.
Scott was amazing for that. Have you guys ever heard? Was any of that stuff ever linked out on that? No.
Scott occasionally does panels where he shows that stuff off. Unfortunately, he can't make it until Sunday, so we had to have a panel from this year. But next year, we're going to have the Scott special panel where he shows off the stuff that's available that we can show at a convention for people. But yes, next time, folks, if you ever go to a convention that Scott Page Pater is at, you have to go to his panels for this.
He's amazing. Yeah.
I'll throw my answer out there real fast. Date with Danger because I got blew up. That was pretty funny. Obviously, I can't cook because my stuff tastes like crap. Sorry.
Hello there.
Hi.
My knees hurt. My question is, first of all, I love you all. Yellow Ranger too. I wanted to direct my question towards the Turbo crew. The final episode before you guys jetted up into space, the episode where Divatox came in and just trashed the headquarters, that killed me inside and made me cry for a week.
Good.
I wanted to direct it at the Rangers. How did you guys feel when you guys found out your second home pretty much was going to get destroyed by Divatox?
I mean, it was crazy. I mean, the feeling that the command center was done.
You're going to lose your job.
Yeah, again, you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know if you're going to have a job. But something that took place for so many years is not there anymore. That feeling of home, it's gone. So it felt, I guess it's weird. It's like your home is gone. So it felt weird. It was empty. So it's hard to say. And then coming back to the spaceship,
Right. I was going to say, too, since, Turbo, we kind of came in mid-season. So in a way, from the actor standpoint, going into space, it was an epic thing. Yeah. And it was a big thing. We didn't know because of the way they shot it. We didn't know if they were going to make it into like a straight-to-DVD type of deal. It was almost like a movie for us. Yeah. So for me, it was like an epic move to do that. But like she said, we weren't quite sure what was going to happen next after that. But I think on the same note, for our crew, it was probably more home to the fans than it was for us because we were only there for half a season that we were in that area. Although it was our home, but it wasn't really, sort of, because we just got our power. So in a way, I don't know if I was that connected to it, but more or less we were doing this epic move to something.
Yeah, I mean, the same feeling when we had the Psycho Rangers. When the Psycho Rangers, we were going like, what's going to happen? Do we have a job? Then all of a sudden we see the Psycho Rangers come out of uniform, out of costume, and we actually see them. It's like, okay, now they actually have a face. Do we now have a job? What's happening? All these rumors are swirling. Everything is so up in the air. So yeah, I mean, but it was a surreal moment when that crossed over. So yeah, but yeah, Selwyn's right. It was more impacted for the fans because you guys saw the whole history than we did. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. Thank you.
I was just happy one of my damn torpedoes hit something. Jesus.
Chris,
Yes, sir.
you complain about your experiences on the show a lot. What was your favorite part about being a ranger?
What was my favorite part? The beatings that I would get from all the stuntmen, because I damn sure deserved it. I really did. I joke when I complain about everything about Power Rangers. You know, there was a few things that kind of bothered me. The hair was pretty high up on the list. I didn't care for it. I really didn't like it. But all in all, I mean, I really did enjoy myself. And I enjoyed, you know, the camaraderie that we had with all of the other actors and then also with all of the stuntmen and stuff. And seriously, they beat the hell out of me constantly. You know, I work out with them when we would go, we would work out at a gym together, and like they would not go easy on me. And to me, that was a really great, like, that was a compliment. So I think that was probably one of my favorite things. That and getting really drunk with them and singing all night. That was really fun too. Probably, it was less painful than the beatings. Yeah, probably more fun. Yeah. We'll just go with the drunk and singing. Yeah, that. Yeah.
You didn't like only half of your hair being bleached? Too bad you didn't have all of it.
Yeah.
Or it could have been purple or red or green, like Astronema.
Why don't you whine about it a little bit then, bitch?
Because you're a baby. You're a baby. I love you, Chris. I love you.
Should I move?
No. Don't move. Sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
My question is actually for Melody. One of my personal favorite moments in the recent Super Megaforce epic finale was when you pick up your helmet. Well, you look at your helmet, you say, I love being a Power Ranger, and you put it up, and then the Astronema thing. I mean, especially after seeing all these cameos and all these like laser helmets, and then to see the Astronema face was just awesome. Yay. I was just wondering, was that always written in, or was it something you might have thought of that was kind of like the end of Forever Red, where all the Red Rangers were like trying to improvise and one-up each other? How did that come about?
I think they planned it. I didn't know whether it was going to be in the one or the extended version, but they were like, yeah, I got there, you know, I was in New Zealand, and they were like, we need to have a fitting for Astronema. So I was so excited because I didn't even know. I had no idea that was going to happen. So it was really special just to like walk on set and like kind of work that that gear again. It was exciting.
Thank you so much.
You don't have to clap.
Hi, everyone. So when you look at the Power Rangers franchise as a whole, In Space tends to shine as one of the storylines, like one of the more darker, more epic storylines, and I think it's great for it. I don't know if everyone agrees with me.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And I was wondering if you guys had any thoughts or comments on making that part of the story and how special it is to a lot of us, or in that aspect of. Sorry, I didn't really ask that properly, did I?
So what's the question?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Like, do we have any input on the series? Is that what you're?
No, like, yeah, like, how do you feel about being part of that particular season and its storyline? I guess is how simply I can put it.
We like it.
Yeah. He's right.
All right, that's good enough for me. Thanks.
Yeah, I feel like it's one of those things that in retrospect, you're like, wow, that was really special. But as you're doing it, you don't quite realize where it's going until you look back and you go, wow, that was a pretty special season. And, you know, I was excited when things started happening with Andros, you know. So, does that answer your question? Yeah. Okay.
And my question's for Allie. By the way, thank you for showing up, man. I always want to know who the Phantom Ranger was, so that's fantastic.
You're welcome. Thank you for showing up.
I'm sure to a lot of us, the Phantom Ranger has been pretty much the biggest mystery in Power Rangers history. And I know there was a lot of will they, won't they rumors going around, at least in the fandom, saying, oh, they were going to reveal it in this episode, they were going to reveal it in Space finale, when were they going to reveal it? Did they ever give you any hint of if they were actually going to reveal it before cuts? And if so, did they ever give you any hint of what the identity of the Phantom Ranger might be?
Yeah, it's a great question. You know, I wanted to get revealed, but it never happened. They did talk about it a bit. There was like probably 3 times, but it just never came to fruition. You know, so I was a little bummed myself. But yeah, sorry, I don't remember exactly. I think it was like in the middle of space or something. They were saying, okay, it might be coming down the pipeline, but I don't know if the scripts were written or if what the storyline progression, if they knew then at that time. But yeah, and there was no hint on like how I would come or when I would come or what I would do. I mean, there was more about the Pink Ranger love affair going on than anything. That was kind of like the
But
more.
no hint as to who you were?
What?
No hint as to who you were?
No hint as to who I was. Yeah, yeah. And they said even the direction was still to not really give into the romance at all. You know, just kind of flirt on the outer edges. So kind of bummed, huh? You get to do it, you get to see, you get to.
I know,
flirt.
Chris got one. You got screwed, man.
Yeah, exactly. I did.
All right, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hi, this question's for Tracy and Melody. In the switching episode where you guys were each other's characters, how did you guys prepare for that, and how was that for y'all?
I love that episode. I thought that was so much fun, and it was really hard, I thought. Like, I was getting a little twisted in my mind. I'm like, what? Like, playing me, playing you, playing me? It was really confusing.
There was a few times where I had to ask you questions. How would you do this? And then I looked back at some of your work, you know, trying to figure out how, you know, I remember having the little music box and having to look back, reminisce when I was listening to the music box, and I guess I had to remember that I was evil, and I was trying to figure out how would she shake it off and be like, ugh, you know, I forgot I'm evil. And I was looking back at some of the previous stuff that you had done, trying to get that face that you would do.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. I'm like, I don't know if I have it. I'm trying to wrinkle my nose the way that she does.
No, you totally did a great job. I remember watching that and being like, that is hysterical. And you were like,
with my acrylic nails and trying to. That was a fun episode. I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's one of my favorites, actually.
Yeah.
Hey, my name is Chris. Nice to meet you guys. My question is for the in-space Rangers, but more so towards the Turbo. What was your reaction to having to wear these almost space uniforms on the ship, almost like Star Trek, basically? From going to having civilian clothes in Turbo, wearing whatever you want along with your color, to having these set out for you uniforms.
Okay, I'll just say this, that the uniforms themselves were fine. They were great. I hated the damn boots. I really, really hated the boots. The boots, each boot weighed like 12 pounds. They had no grip or like nothing on the bottom of them, and the floors on the spaceship were completely like slick. So if we had to run anywhere in any scene, somebody's hitting a wall because you can't stop. And I mean, I don't know how many times it happened, but I know that like all of us hit a wall at least a few times each. Yeah, so the rest of the suit I thought was fine, but the boots, damn, they were just bad, really bad. So.
Yeah, they were pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they were Doc Martens.
Yeah, they're Doc Martens, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say what he said. You know, they were comfortable, actually. And when
But trying to fight in them, those were... Try to fight in those things now, Selwyn.
they were kind of flexible. Yeah, I think it was okay. It didn't really bother me too much.
I liked wearing all the different clothes and the fashion and all that. That was fun, but it's almost like going from a public school to a private school where you had to, you know, put on a suit and not really get to wear what you want to wear. But at the same time, I mean, I liked our spacesuits. They were fun, except for the days when we had to work out in the desert and 150-degree heat and Death Valley. That was the only downfall in that. But I mean, it could have been worse, you know. So yeah, it was I liked it. It was fine. Yeah.
Hi, you guys are all awesome. You guys are great. I was just wondering what kind of acting gigs or projects or hobbies you're involved with today?
Well, I'm kind of off the market myself. I now live in the Bay Area, so I'm kind of not on the market at the moment. I'm just being a dad at the moment.
That's great.
A bunch of us, I don't know if you've seen The Order, the movie that we're all kind of doing. Karen Ashley is producing it, and she and the guy who played Zordon, what's his name? Thank you. You know, good thing I'm pretty, right? So they wrote it together. It's actually a really good movie, and we raised the money for it, and we're going to shoot that in November, which is really cool. So I think tomorrow at 5 o'clock there's going to be a panel about it, so you guys should come because it's actually really good. I was kind of surprised when they first approached me. I'm like, oh, great. And then I was like, oh, this is good. It was actually, it's going to be really good.
I can actually answer this question. Finally, a question I can answer. I got blessed. I was fortunate enough that I got into producing, and a movie that we produced, and I starred in, came out just last month at theaters called The Dog Lover. But the one for us you want to keep looking for, it's going to come out later this year called American Wrestler, starring Oscar winner Jon Voight and William Fichtner. And it's loosely based actually on my real life coming to America in 1980. So it's a really good one that we're looking forward to, and that should be a nationwide release. So The Dog Lover now, if you're interested, and then American Wrestler probably in like November. So that'd be cool.
That's great.
Oh yeah, also Jason Font and I have a movie coming out on Halloween called Teen Warlock. I play a witch, surprise, surprise.
I took a hiatus from acting for the moment, and I went to college. I was working on my teaching credentials, and am currently working as a teacher. Thank you. So I love kids, so I work in elementary, and I have children of my own, so yeah, so that's what I'm doing.
Can you imagine having a teacher that looks like her? Oh my God.
Yeah, so going back and looking at the Turbo series, that's why I'm saying, yeah, I kind of wish I had a little more clothes.
I get it.
Does that mean you can't wear your outfit to work, right?
Yeah, no.
Well, I live in Oklahoma. I've got 2 little boys and run a rent-to-own business, basically appliance, electronics, and furniture. Been doing that for, I don't know, 18 years or whatever.
Wow.
So 2 kids, work, eat, sleep.
Awesome.
I'm a writer. I'm lazy. I'm a writer. That's it. I write a comic book. It's like the laziest thing in the world. So there you go. Melody, what do you do?
I think some of you guys know this, but there was just a little short that I did that's kind of going around in festivals right now and should be available early next year, maybe on DVD, called Girl Trip. It's a short comedy, so
that's great.
Look out for it.
Thank you very much.
Hey guys, how's it going? I have a question for Melody Perkins. So Astronema, throughout the series of Power Rangers Space, she had a bunch of different looks and costumes and stuff. I was wondering which one was your favorite.
Well, I would answer that, except for I'm going to wear it tomorrow.
Okay. I'm looking forward to that. Awesome. Thank you for your question.
In Space is my favorite season, so I think you guys are actually the best. And then Time Force. So you're actually my favorite Red Ranger, favorite Yellow Ranger, so I just love the series overall. Yeah.
What about the silver guy?
Villains.
What about the silver guy? Was he okay
yeah,
too?
Yeah, favorite Silver
He's
Ranger
all right.
too. I actually freaked out when Zhane, yeah. But, I mean, Ashley's like awesome. 2 favorite villains are right here, so I was wondering, including the villains and the cast, between Astronema and Divatox, who was the more powerful villain, and who do you think succeeded more? You got one who like brought Angel Grove to It's knees, and you got the one who destroyed the command center.
You want to start a fight?
That's
Is that what you're
right.
doing?
I absolutely do.
I will take that down.
Wow, but you didn't.
Oh, but I still have time.
Actually, I have to say, Divatox she really scared me when I first came onto set. So, but then I kind of kicked her. But
Yeah, she did. She was like so docile and like, I'm just a little lamb. And then, but we're actually really good friends in real life. Don't tell anybody. So I think she
for
could.
you, 75.
Yeah, you won't tell anybody. It was really fun working together, and we got to know each other later on. And I mean, the spin-off, right, you guys? Evil Queens in space. I mean,
It would be great, yeah.
Then I'll kick her butt.
Oh, it's just the Rangers? What do you guys think?
Oh, careful.
They're both here,
Who's
so,
more
you know.
powerful?
Choose one.
Who's a more powerful villain?
Oh, this is
Oh,
just.
I kind of.
Goldar.
That's like, do I look fat in these jeans? You cannot answer this question.
I'd have to say Viva
I'm
la
not getting into the
Diva.
middle of that. Hell no.
Divatox. Yeah. I could see that head spinning around. Like. Yeah.
You're really not going to answer
Good
it,
girl.
are you?
We're both glaring at them. We'll just leave it at that, shall we?
All right, you guys, this is it for our amazing cast of the Power Rangers Turbo and Space team. Let's all give them a huge round of applause. And be sure at 9 o'clock to see the amazing MMPR Toys panel, guys, where you get the chance to meet the famous Bruno and Mia. Have a nice day and enjoy the show. Rest of the Power Morphicon 2016!